let's add ABC. So don't forget, every time, make sure your MC intersects with ATC and ABC through the minimum point. I mean, like this point must be the intersection of MC and ATC must be the minimum point of ATC. So how I add ABC into the graph? Okay, let's plot one more point here. Okay, let's plot one more point here. Okay, so this is your ABC. Okay, once again, the intersection here must be the minimum point of ABC, okay? So if you lose money, so in this graph, if you lose money, but if your price still higher than ABC, okay, for sure already lower than ATC, because you are losing money, right? So price must be lower than ATC. But you see in this graph, your price is still higher than ABC. Okay, in this graph, you should do what? Let's say to next page. You should keep operating, keep your operation, continue your business. Okay, when your price is still greater than ABC but lower than ATC. Okay, go back to my question is when you should shut down your business immediately. Okay, so maybe here we add one more graph. So if your AVC, if AVC greater than price, you should shut down your business. Do I need to join another graph? Okay, how I can do this thing? Okay. Okay, but let's add another graph. But if a graph look like this, if AVC, if even AVC greater than price, you should shut down your business immediately. You should shut down your business right away. Okay, this is a demand curve. Let's add MC. Okay, you produce it here. So if ATC higher than your price, because now we need to build a model, build a graph showing that you are losing money. But if your AVC, but even your AVC, we label this two graphs, ATC and AVC. Okay, but in this graph, you should shut down your business immediately. Because your price, think of that as a Starbucks, the coffee price per unit is $5, but $5 by producing one more unit of coffee, you can get you can make $5. You can get $5 from your customers. But now this $5 even cannot cover those variable costs. Even cannot cover the cost of the coffee beans, the cream, and the sugar, and maybe the paper cap. Even cannot cover the variable cost. So you lose a lot of money, that means. Okay, you produce more, you lose more money. Okay, so in this case, you should shut down your business immediately. But remember this, okay, if your price lower than ATC, oh, that means you are losing money, but your price still can be greater than ABC, you should keep operating. This is called shutdown rule. Super important, okay, this is called shutdown rule. But you also need to kind of memorize, understand, try to understand the reason. Like why in the first graph you should keep operation, why you shouldn't shut down your business in the first graph. Because now you still can cover all variable costs, right? Because your prices here is greater than ABC. And what is a vertical distance? What is the difference? What is a vertical distance between ATC and ABC? Okay, so I mean, let me, what kind of thing represented by this part, like the vertical distance between ATC and ABC? So in notes number 6, if we learn the formula like this, right? ATC equals to, if you add AFC and a VC together. So totally you add these two together, it's called ATC. Okay, so your ATCs are here, ABCs are here. So the vertical difference between these 2 points is exactly equal to AFC. So that means you can cover part of the fixed cost. You can cover at least some of its fixed cost. Okay, you can cover this much. Okay, this is only part of the fixed cost. Okay, but you cannot make money to cover this part. Okay, but now you should keep operation. Why? Because if you shut down your business right away, you will lose all the money you paid for those fixed resources. Okay, but if you keep operating, so given some time, maybe you can recover, you can cover those money you paid for those fixed, like equipment, fixed production factors. Okay, you keep operating, you cannot make, not for making profit, okay, but for lowering your total loss. Because you need to recover, okay, those money you paid for fixed resource. So you need to remember this, okay, super important. Okay, the writing response part, writing response questions will be ask you guys about this. Like why in the first graph you shouldn't shut down your business. Okay, very, very important, okay, in this box. So number B, yeah, sometimes multiple choice questions will also test you about this. But the way how the multiple choice questions test you about this is Title and another way is very special. So in notes number 7, okay, just last week in notes number 7, I guess we learned this. So supply curve, marginal cost curve also can be called as a supply curve. Not very clear. Marginal cost curve also can be coincidence supply curve. Okay, so MC, okay, also is the supply curve of this individual firm as well. So supply MC equals to supply. So they coincidence to each other. They are just the same line type of graph. So based on shutdown rule, right? So based on shutdown rule, you can figure out a producer, a firm never producing this circle within this circle, like lower than ABC, based on shutdown rule. Right? For example, if you produce at here, that means the price should be here. So you see, if you produce at here, the price already lower than ABC based on shutdown rule, just learn the shutdown rule. You shouldn't produce in a range where the corresponding price level lower than ABC. This is called a shutdown rule. You only produce the supply curve in the upper half part of the MC, upper half part of the supply curve. So what do you mean by upper half part? Okay, the part above ABC. You only produce the upper half part of the supply curve and the marginal cost curve. Okay, upper half part means the range, like in this part of higher than ABC based on shutdown rule. Okay, so number B, case 3, number B here is about how the multiple choice questions tells you guys about shutdown rule. Okay. Okay, then the last question. Okay, then the last biggest question is called long run, short run to long run adjustment. What we did last week for in the first box in the long run equilibrium graph, if you can review, if you can take a look, if you can review a little bit. So in the first box in the long run equilibrium graph, so the final computation outcome in perfect computation is at the equilibrium point is a point where ATC can be tangent with the demand curve. Okay, so the point where ATC can be tangent, can be catched with the demand curve. So in this long run equilibrium, all those producers, all those existing firms, they can make no money, they lose no money in terms of economic profit. So that is why you feel number 6 here. So finally, everybody only can make no more profit in the long run, right? This is what I said is what we did for here in this box last week. Okay, and we also did 2 short-run graph. We think shorter period of time based on these 2 graphs, based on shorter period of time. The firm sort of can temporarily make money, can temporarily make a positive profit, right? Or your ATC, if your ATC higher than demand curve, you can lose money. But these 2 kind of just as a so-called temporary situation. So finally, the ending of the whole story must be ATC will be tangent with the demand curve. So you really need to understand what is the reason, like how we convert from this to short-run profit, short-run graph model to the final competition equilibrium. To the end of the story where the situation is the ATC must be tangent with the demand curve, must be attached with the demand curve. So everybody make no money. Okay, so this is really the last question to figure out for notes number 8 for perfect quotation. Okay, so let's draw this graph. Let me show you guys how I can convert from a short run profit graph to the long run equilibrium. So in this big box, right, I left a larger space for you guys in this box, because you need to draw 4 different graphs. 4 graphs, put them together for this story. Let's see. Okay, for totally 4 coordinate system. Put them together. Okay, let's explain this question. Once again, I'm talking about how you convert. Okay, how you convert a short run, this one is a short run profit graph, to the long run equilibrium graph. Okay, so let's explain the whole thing by telling a story here. So imagine this is called the Vancouver mask market, Vancouver mask industry. Mask, just a mask, like during COVID-19, everybody, you and me, we need to buy a lot of masks, right? You need to cover your face, yeah, to do the social distance, distancing. You label this one by, yeah, just a mask market, mask market, yeah, super, yeah, just a sample products. So you build a, let's see, in the before COVID-19, okay, before COVID-19, we assume the mask market should be at its equilibrium point, right? So we just build a long run equilibrium market for the mass market. So we label this one by P star M, because the left hand side is a market level graph. I should add a label. Because all the left hand side graph is a market level graph. Okay, by contrast, the first one, the right hand side one is a firm level. It's a typical, is a representative mask producer, okay, in this market. Okay, so this one is called Q star M. Okay, this is an average price level of masks before COVID-19 in Vancouver. And this is how many units of a mask we trading market before COVID-19. We label this one by Q star M. All these 2 little m's means market level, okay? And we extend this horizontal line all the way to the right-hand side from level graph. And we label this one by MR, or we label this one by MR, AR, and this is also the demand curve, also can represent firm level price. Because this is a perfect competition, you don't have any pricing power, so the firm level price, you must follow the market average price level. Because once again, because of the reason, the two basic factors, two basic reasons why you don't have pricing power is this is market. There are so many producers, and everybody just produce identical products. Next step, we add MC. Okay. Because now we are building a long run equilibrium graph, right? Well, by the way, we label this one by Q star F. This is called the firm level production. Okay, firm level production. And we add ATC, make your ATC be tangent, be attached with a demand curve. Okay, so look like this. Ooh. ATC, yeah. Okay, once again, this is called the Vancouver mask, just a face mask market, face mask industry before the pandemic era. Okay, and we just assume before COVID-19, the market system, we have reached to this long run equilibrium point. So here ATC must be tangent with demand curve. Any questions so far? No questions, right? So let's go to next step. Okay, 3 years ago, right? 3 years ago, something called COVID-19 happened. Okay, so in the early stage, okay, at the beginning of COVID-19, okay, so suddenly everybody needs to buy a lot of face masks because of COVID-19. So how I represent, how I can use my model, graphical model, to reflect. Suddenly everybody, they need to buy a lot of masks. Think about that. Think about this question. How I can, which curve I should, for example, shift, which curve I should like change a little bit. Okay, to reflect that everybody now they need to buy a lot of masks. Can somebody tell me which curve I should change a little bit?
Is it the demand curve?
Yes, market demand curve. You're totally right. We shift market demand curve to the right. Okay, because the market demand curve has been increased by so much. We label this one by D prime. Okay, prime means this is a new demand curve. Okay, by shifting your old demand curve to the right. Okay, so the market equilibrium point has been changed, has been increased, like from E number 1 to E number 2. Okay, then what is the effects of this shifting? What will happen if everybody, we need to buy a lot of max? So easy, right? You just compare E number 1 and E number 2. What you got? So the market price will increase. Okay, so the market price will increase, right? And the quantity And the total quantity traded in market of the face mask also will increase, so for sure. So we label this one by QM2. So this one, if this one is a QM1, so this one is a QM2. So if this one is a PM1, PM1, so this is a PM2. This is a real thing that happened in Vancouver, right? This is a real thing. This is a real life story happening in Vancouver 3 years ago. I remember, I remember that day I went to Shoppers and Trader Joe's, but I could not buy any masks. All the face masks has been sold out. I remember. So you need to go, yeah, you need to find somewhere to buy face mask, but the price is super expensive. A box of a face mask, yeah, could cost you guys like $100. Yeah, super crazy. Okay, just because the demand is so high, yeah. Okay, and we continue. We extend this dot line. Okay, so the market price has been increased. Okay, so the market price has been increased. So next question is how the firms, how those producers, how those manufacturers, okay, if you are the guy who produce a mask, who can produce a face mask, how you respond to this change? Well, COVID-19 is a bad thing for the general public, but COVID-19 really is a good opportunity for you as a producer, as a firm who can produce face mask, right? Well, you can make a lot of money. Simple that. So because the price has been increased, sky high price. Yeah, what's your response? So naturally, right, first step, you want to produce more. You want to produce more, right? The more you can produce, the more money you can make. So let me find the evidence based on our graphical model. Because you always produce at the where MR equals MC, right? You see MR has been increased. MR has been increased due to a higher level demand curve. So now you should produce, you produce at here. You produce at here. Okay, you go down. You see, you begin to produce more face mask. Okay, but we assuming ATC remain unchanged. ATC remain unchanged in short run. So this assumption is called a fixed cost industry. So in this model, for making everything easier, okay, for AP is in this chapter, they made a assumption so-called fixed cost industry. I mean, you don't need to consider how the pricing resource market will change. You don't need to consider about that because we got assumption called fixed cost industry. So you just assume all your ATC, MC remain unchanged, will remain unchanged throughout the whole story. As some of you may think, oh, if everybody want to produce more masks, so all those producers, they will buy more resources. Those resources you need for producing mask from the resource market. So the price of resource market will increase. Actually, you are totally right. You are totally right. Okay, but if we also shift MC and ATC, so that will make the whole graph really very complicated. Okay, so AP is a very friendly. So in this chapter, usually they made assumption like this. Okay, we just assume the industry is a fixed cost industry. Okay, so you don't need to consider. Okay, so luckily you don't need to consider how the price of a resource, how the price of a production factors has been changed, yeah, during COVID-19. We just assume ATC and MC, they remain unchanged. With this assumption, so now you should produce that here, right? You should produce that here, and the corresponding find ATC is here. In the quantity line, the intersection for quantity line ATC. So from this point, you turn left. You see, now you can make money. Oh my goodness. You can make money just because of COVID-19. Okay, how much money you can make? Reflected, okay, represented by this blue shaded area. So we just label this one by profit. Okay, this is a first half part of your story. Another half part of the story, yeah, what will happen next step? What will happen next step? Last week we mentioned, okay, like a face mask. The goods and the services produced by perfectly competitive firm industry must be those sample products. Okay, what do I mean by sample products? Sample products, just like those, yeah, just like a face mask, just like those daily used, yeah, common products, like a eraser, like a pencil, like a blah blah blah. Yeah, those little things right now on your table, just those simple products, not those complicated products, high-tech products. To produce those complicated high-tech products, right? You need to invest a lot of money. You need to have some high-level technologies to do that. So only a few firms. So the reason is so only a few firms in the market can produce those complicated products. But everybody, a lot of producers, everybody can produce simple products. So what we did, one more property of a perfect competition is that there are no barriers for new firms who want to enter into the market. Okay, it is a super easy, okay, for other firms, so for other producers who also want to produce similar identical products. Okay, because of the market, because of the goods and the services are producing in this industry, just once again, just a sample, just easier, very easy to produce. Okay, but in the second graph we did here, oh, you can make a lot of money. Those existing firms, they can make a lot of money by producing just simple products. So my question is how those outside investors will respond to this change? What's their response? If you can make a lot of profit represented by those shaded blue shaded area, a lot of money, you can make a lot of money by producing just simple products. So how other investors, how those firms will respond to the situation. So next step, new firms will enter into the market. Okay, just like in Vancouver, right? I saw like a lot of companies who like before COVID-19, I mean, those companies, they don't produce any face mask, but now, for example, Lululemon, right? If you guys know Lululemon, right? If you have been to Lululemon, I guess now they also produce a lot of face mask for their customers. You see new firms, a lot of new firms will enter into this industry. Okay, so let's use our graph, okay, to finish the whole story. But my question is, which curve this time I should change a little bit to reflect that a lot of new firms will enter into this industry. In the upper part, I already shifted my demand curve to right, so I just copy down. Okay, so this is E number 1, so this is E number 2. Okay, now the market equilibrium is at E number 2. What is the next step? So new firms have entered into this industry. So this time I shift, so market total supply curve to right. So I just shift market total supply curve to right. We label this one by what? By supply prime. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, now let's move on. This step in the lower half part of my graphical model, I move from E number 2 to E number 3. Okay. You see, so after new firms who have entered into the industry, the total market production continuously, why I say continuously? Because in the first step, the total market production already increased once from QM1 to QM2. So now it's even more Q star M3. I can get this one by shifting supply curve to right. So new firms have entered into industry. Okay, but regarding the how the price will change is because the total market supplies will increase, so the market price this time will fall back to assuming the original level. Okay, so the market price has a fall back to the initial level. Okay, so the MR has been fall back to the initial level. You just move down, you just shift down this along this horizontal line back to the initial level. Okay, so if marginal revenue, this long horizontal line primarily must be called as MR. You see MR has been lowered and MC remain unchanged. So how you respond to this change? You got a lot of competitors. So what's your response? Should you shift it? Should you produce more or less? If you are facing strong competition, comes from those new firms. Okay, so you should produce, so you should reduce the quantity you produced, okay? Okay, then we done. Yeah, then we finish the first box. Okay, so let's summary up a little bit here. Okay, when you got a short-term profit, okay, the story is new firms will enter the industry. Okay, so after this whole thing, the so-called long run adjustment process. So firm level protection will decrease as we did here. Firm level protection will decrease because also new firms that has entered into the industry. So your market share basically, generally speaking, will decrease. Okay, but the total protection level will increase because of the whole market now they have more firms, more competing firms who also produce face masks in this market. Okay, so did you guys also finish the graph? Very important, okay, you need to draw this graph. You need to able to draw this graph by yourself when you do the real examination. Okay, to draw this graph, when you take the examination, you need to able to draw this graph up totally by yourself. Okay, maybe give you guys 1 or 2 more minutes to finish up all the graph. No questions? No questions? Finished? Okay, no questions. Let's move on to next part then. Okay, so another story is about how so in short run, like the story we did here, you can temporarily due to some accidental events, okay, like a COVID-19, Due to some special reason, you can make money. But also in COVID-19, yeah, like also during this pandemic area, yeah, maybe those producers who can produce a mass, they made a lot of money. But also some other industries, some other type of business can be greatly affected, negatively affected by COVID-19, right? Right, like airlines, like Air Canada, like those travel agencies, travel agents, wow, they lost a lot of money due to COVID-19. Because during this pandemic era, people don't travel a lot as they did before the COVID-19. So maybe let's do a model for Air Canada. Okay, so similar, but you just draw everything like with by the opposite way, right? Okay, so let's begin. Okay, before COVID-19, let's assuming Air Canada like an airline market. Okay, ASAT is long run equilibrium graph, long run equilibrium point. Okay, once again we build the long run equilibrium graph again. Okay, and what else? Oh, we need MC. Okay, so you produce it here. We add all the labels. MR and the price and the demand curve and what? And the MR price demand curve and what else? AR. Yeah, this is a called MC. This is a QF. This is a QM number one. Okay, this is a PM number one. Okay, this time I should shift my demand curve, but this time is to right or left. My story was because of COVID-19, people travel less, so everybody you don't need to buy flight tickets. Okay, so the demand curve for flight tickets shifts left, right? So shifts left. Okay. E prime. So you go from E number one to E number two. Okay, because the market demand has been lowered, so the price of a flight tickets could be very low during pandemic area, during pandemic time. Okay, you extend this quantity long. You see MR has been lowered. Okay, and the total quantity decrease. So QM2. So PM2. Okay, has been lowered, Okay, imagine the right-hand side graph is Air Canada. So how Air Canada they respond to this change? How Air Canada they respond to this change? Should you produce more or less? Oh, by the way, I don't have, I need to add my ATC. Any ATC initially needs to be tangent. There's a demand card here. Okay, how Air Canada will respond to the change? Should they produce more or less? Still assume the industry, the market is a fixed cost industry. So your MCATC will remain unchanged throughout the whole process. You should produce You should produce less. You should, oh my God. Oh, wait a minute. I add my MC. Okay. And ATC. Okay, you should produce less, right? Should be here. Okay, should be here. You should produce a lesser quantity. Okay, and then you extend this quantity line until you can attach to your ATC, then you turn left. Where is the total loss? This step is the key. Where is the total loss? The area below the ATC, above the market price line, because the market price has been lowered. Okay, so this big blue shaded area here, okay, can represent the total loss. Okay, this one is the total loss. Okay, Air Canada is losing money by building this brand. Okay, so Air Canada now is losing money. Okay, let's move on to the lower half part story. So what is the next step? Take a guess. What is the next step? If those existing firms can make money in the industry, what about this time? If those existing firms, all airlines are losing money during COVID-19. So what will happen next step? So this time the answer is some firm will leave from the industry, right? So this time I just shift my supply curve to left. Okay, so this is initially is the first equilibrium. In number one, by shifting demand curve to left, we got in number two. By shifting supply curve to left, because some existing firm has a shut down your business, so you got in number three. Okay, so this is a QM number one. This is a QM number two. Finally, we reach to QM number three. Okay, but the good news is the price of a flight ticket in the later stage of COVID-19 or after the COVID-19 has been increased again, has been increased. Okay, go back to the initial level. Okay, so after price has been back to the initial level. So what's your response as Air Canada? Now Air Canada, they can produce more quantities. Okay, because the market price has been increased. You see, finally, right? You move, you shift upward. There is a long horizontal line, like a vertically upward. Right, so finally, your demaker mass can be tangent with ATC again. Okay, so finally here, we end up here. So finally you end up here. Your demaker must be can be tangent with ATC again. Okay, so in that point, you make no profit. You make no more profit. If I need to add some arrows here. Okay, then you guys feel the last conclusion here, okay? If you got short-run loss, so the story is existing firms view. You fill this blank, but leave from the industry. Leave from just means some airlines they just shut down. So they leave from this industry. Okay, so after the whole story, after this so-called long run adjustment, so firm level protection will increase. So you fill this one by increase. And the total market production will decrease. Okay, like we did here. So total reduction. This left these two arrows. Okay, so total quantity decrease. Any questions? No questions. So 2 more minutes. Okay, make sure everybody you just need to finish all the graphs with me. Okay, no questions. This topic, like notes number 8, okay, already is the most important, most difficult also topic. Okay, can be covered in the re-examination. So After notes number 8, we really need to do some practical questions. Okay, to practice again for how to build this graphical model was super important because every year the first and longer question, right and response, the first and longer question definitely will test you about this. The first and longer right and response question either tests your monopoly, either tests your perfect competition. Okay, like the first and longer right and response every year, 100%, no exceptions. They will test you either monopoly, you just randomly choose a topic for every year's test. Either monopoly, either perfect competition. Like next week, we will do monopoly, but like a 50% of the 50%, I mean the probability they will test you about perfect competition. So we need to okay, which one? The first question, let's do 2017. Okay, 2017 question 1. So from A to E, all these questions. So now you can find a paper, find just okay, everybody wake up. Okay, wake up. Don't fall to sleep because this is so important. To find a piece of a paper, you try to finish all the graph, you try to explain all the questions on a piece on a piece of a paper, and then you take a photo, send me your answers through the chat box or through the email, and to check your answers. Okay. So give you guys maybe 15 minutes to finish off from question A to E. Nobody sent me the answer. Did you guys finish? Does someone want to share your answer? If you finish, you can send me your answer. I can, so I can see how I can help you guys, how I can improve your answer. Okay, if nobody wants to send me the answer, I will. So we can do this one together. So let's together do question A. Question A, yeah, basically you just need to draw the side-by-side graph model. You can get as a full mark. And so the keyword, yeah, so the keyword is so now the firm they are earning zero economic profit. Yeah, that is the key. So by highlighting this, you know your ATC must be tangent, okay, with your Deming curve. Okay, so let's do question A together. Okay, question A. Supply curve, demand curve. It is a better every time. It is a better for you just to add all these labels. Okay, it is a better for you just to every time I add all these labels. So labels is shown by PF is a firm level price. This one is a PM. Okay, this one is a QF. Okay, continue to follow the requirement, right? Raised by the question. So you need to label the M market by PM, QM. Okay, then we finish question number one. Question two, how you find the QF? You need to add your MC. Okay, then you find your QF. This is a current ATC. Okay, this is a basically answer for your question A. Okay, let's do question B. Assume that the demand of the ethanol increases on your graph on part A. Show what will happen to each of the following in the short run. You got a new product here is called ethanol. Then what is the relationship between ethanol and the core market? Because this is the core market. Oh, by the way, maybe we need to add one more title, market of core. It is better to add a title. So there's an individual form. The corn is used as a food and as an input in the production of ethanol. Okay. So if the demand for ethanol increases, so those producers, so those ethanol producers, maybe they need to buy more corns. Yeah, so we shift. Just in the same graph, just in the graph you did for question A. You don't need to draw a new graph, okay? You don't need to build a new graph. You just can finish your question B in the same graph. Okay, just like what we did today. We shift the demand curve to right. Okay, so higher price to follow the question, to follow the requirement by the question. So P star and a Q star. Okay, so P star and a Q star. So we finish B number 1. The area of a profit or loss earned by the representative conformer. Okay, then first step into find into know the will produce more, right? Because once again MC remain unchanged. Okay, so here the quantity like the intersection of the quantity of ATC, you turn left again. So where is the answer? Where is the final answer? The shaded area like this rectangle. Okay, shaded completely. Okay, the area of a profit or loss. So we finish B. See the graph is okay, can we move on to next one? Question C. Relative to answer in part B, state what will happen to the market equivalent price and quantity of corn in long run and egg supply. So for question C, we don't need to actually draw the graph. We just verbally explain what will happen, right? So let's do that. You know that, okay, because if existing firms in the industry can make profit, so new firms will enter into the industry given no barriers. Okay, so if existing firm in the industry make a profit, new firms will enter in the industry. So which can shift supply curve to right. As a result, what is the question again? So market price level and quantity. market price, equilibrium price, and Q star. So as a result, market price will decrease. Will decrease and will increase. Yeah, that's it. That is for question C. Am I right? Did I do anything wrong? I put here industry. Given no barriers which can shift the supply curve to right, so as a result, market equilibrium price will decrease, right? If you shift the supply curve to right, and the total market, because the Q star is a total market, will increase. Yeah, I guess that's for question C. Any questions? Any questions? Because you need to explain, right? You need to explain. You need to explain your answer. You cannot just write down, oh, P will decrease, Q will decrease. You need to explain a bit. You need to do explanation. Okay, so next one, I guess, is question D. So soybeans are produced in a perfect comparable market. Assume farmers can grow either corn or soybeans. Okay, so the relationship between corn and soybeans is called productive substitution. We learned this in notes number 2, actually. We have learned about this. Using same kind of resources, if you can produce 2 different products, you just as a farmer, we just use our farming land to either produce corn or soybeans. Same resources, but it can be used for producing 2 different things. And the relationship between corn and soybean is called productive substitution. So what happened to the price of soybean in the next planting season if the price of corn increases? Okay, so if price of corn increases, okay, how farmers will respond to that? Farmers will produce more corn based on law of supply. Is that right? If the price of corn increases, the farmers will produce more corn based on law of supply. But land resources, not about so land, so limited land resources used by producing soybean will decrease. So which can shifting, supply of the supply curve of the soybean to left. Sorry, by producing. Did I spell everything right? Soybeans. will decrease, okay, which can shift in supply for soybean to left. Okay, so if a supply for soybean shifts to less, so finally, so price of soy will actually increase in the next. So the price of soybean will increase in the next planting season. Okay, I guess that is a for question D. Okay, then the lesser question, we need to draw the graph again. We need to draw the graph again. So what is the question? Assume instead that the government sets a binding price ceiling in the core market. For a new correctly labeled graph for the core market and show each of the following. So binding price ceiling, yeah, super easy. You just need to draw. You just need to draw a price ceiling. Super easy. Okay, so your labels is run by P star. Your labels is run by Q star. So to set a binding price ceiling, what is a price ceiling again? Do you guys remember what is a price ceiling? What is the purpose? Why is the government? Why? What is the reason why you want to set price ceiling? So due to whatever the reason, right? Due to whatever reason, you want to lower the price a little bit, right? You want to lower the price a little bit. You want to lower the price a little bit, am I right? So your price ceiling must be lower than the initial P star. Okay, then your labels is by price ceiling. Okay, this is E number one. Okay, this is E number one. If you also did this same as I did here, you can get full mark for E number one. E number two, the quantity purchased by consumer in the core market. E number two is a big trap. Okay, E number two is a big trap. I guess some of you did like here, right? You just find the price ceiling, the intersection for price ceiling of your demand curve, and you label this one by QP. You really need to consider this. So you really need to consider this very carefully. Okay, what is the actual quantity can be purchased by customer? Can somebody tell me? Yes, the price has been lowered. Okay, so all the consumers, based on law of demand, they want to buy more things. That's true. That's true. But don't forget. Okay, producers, supply side producers, they are not happy. They can be very angry with the price ceiling. So price has been lowered. Don't forget how the supply side will respond to this change. You see, producers they are leaving, right? They no longer want to produce that much. The quantity supplied in the market has been lowered. Okay, so where is a QP? Where is a QP? So QP actually is here. Okay, you label the license. This one is a QT. Okay, so finally you label this one by QP purchase. Okay, QP is here. Okay, the lesson. So what we can learn from E number 2. Okay, maybe we can write down this. Okay, if QD does not equal to what? Q quantity supply. Okay, the lesser quantity is the actual quantity can be traded in the market. The trading market. Maybe trading and AET market. Okay, this is what we need to add for the E number 2. Remember this, okay? Remember this is super important. Okay, every time they just okay, so E number 2, I guess a lot of you, some of you, if I cannot say all of you, some of you maybe it can make mistakes here. So maybe you think QP is here. Yeah, but that's wrong. Because you just forgot how the producer will respond to this lower price. Okay, they don't like a price setting, right? Producers, they don't like a price setting. So they reduce the quantity supplied. Okay, so the lesser quantity when QD does not equal to K, so the lesser quantity is the actual quantity can be traded, can be purchased in the market, can be exchanged in the market. Any questions so far? No questions? So I can erase everything. Okay, so homework this week, we can do one more practical question. Okay, the homework this week is 2016, question number 1. So also is a question regarding about profit competition. Okay, 2016, question number 1. 2016, question number 1. No questions? Okay, but no questions, that's it for this week. Remember, finish your homework. Okay, 2016 question one. Very similar question as we did here. See you guys next week.